everyone, I'm back again today with another card tutorial. Today I'm featuring the Stampin' Up! Mountain Air stamp set, and I absolutely love this set. I don't have a mountain set, and I figured this would be perfect for like masculine cards. Today's actually my husband's birthday, and so he's getting the one that I created ahead of time. I did go ahead and begin the stamping. This is actually the second time I'm doing this video. I just kind of like, ugh, things just went crazy. So I stamped the mountains and smoky slate. I just wanted to get kind of a head start just because I think this video is going to be kind of long and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So let me, woo! Let's zoom in, but not that much. So I have stamped that in smoky slate, and then I'm going to take this mountain stamp again and go back in with tuxedo black ink. And I have a mask made out of masking paper, and I have to pull this forward a little bit so that I can align it up. And hopefully this time everything turns out okay. And then since I stamped off, I used like just the back part of my masking paper to put on here so I could stamp additional side mountains because I wanted it to go completely across the page. This is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just taking these and lining it up as best as I can and hoping that they don't move. That was the problem in the last one, is that they moved. And actually, I think I'm going to learn from my mistake. So I'm using the back of my Misty stamping tool because the back of it is like lined with foam. So it's kind of like a foam mat without actually taking my magnets and everything out. All right. Those are kind of okay. Now stay. Alright, so I'm taking my tuxedo black ink, and let's hope that I don't do, like in the video I was trying to do, I like dabbed my finger apparently in ink and was putting it all over the card. So let's try not to do that today, or this time. See, I already got ink. Alright. And I'm in frame. So I'm offsetting the mountains slightly, and then stamping down, and this time I want a really good impression. So I am really going to press this down to the point where I might break my Misty tool, and that's okay. Okay, that seems really good. Happy with that impression this time. So now I'm just cleaning off my mountains again, and this time I'm going to ink up like this part of the mountain. And then holding that down, I'm going to offset it again and stamp. And I think I'm getting ink on my sleeve. Okay. Let's move that elsewhere. Alright, so that part is done. And then I'm going to ink up this part of the stamp, holding down my little mask here, kind of. And then just doing a little extra. There we go. So, whew, it worked out this time. Oh, am I? Well, I'm gonna need that again in a minute. Alright, so let me just clean off my stamp real quick. Sorry if I seem rushed. I want to share my ideas with you guys. I just don't have time to edit like I used to. So I want the videos to be quick. Alright, so now I'm just going to peel off my masking, and then we reveal the magic that is beneath. And so now we have some layered mountains. So now I'm going to take off my mountains. And now I'm going to be using the tree line and water. I don't know if anybody notices this, but it's not just a tree line, it also has water at the bottom of it. I'm not sure if people notice that. Alright. And I'm going to be taking my Tuxedo black ink again and inking that up well. Alright. Now let me stand up so I can get it lined up nicely. Sorry guys for the shaking, I'm just really pressing down hard because I want a really good impression. Alright, perfect. So let me put the lid back on my ink. That's like the first step for me always. Lid on ink. And let me clean off my stamp real quick. There is a hair on my card. Probably from my husband. He sheds worse than the dog. Alright. So now I am taking the moon stamp, and first I'm going to be stamping it with the back side of the stamp, so like the flat surface with no design. And so when you stamp this way with the design, the circumference is a tad smaller than the other side. So what I did on my first card was get the dog hair off now. This, you know, this room is like blocked off from the dog and everything, and yet his hair still gets in here. And I'm just placing my mask up here, just somewhere random. And I'm taking my smoky slate ink again, inking up, like I said, the reverse side with no design, and then I'm just stamping it off and then going in here, because this kind of helps keep it where keep it contained, and that was terrible. So I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm actually going to take off some of the ink, that way it's not too pigmented on the parts that don't need it. And stamp again, kind of. All right, doesn't really matter because we're gonna go over it with the design side. I hope this is making sense. And since I did kind of make a boo-boo right there, I'm gonna look on the stamp and see where it's heavily saturated with ink. And then I'm going to try to put that there to kind of cover that up. So, let's see. It's kind of hard to see. If it was black, I'm sure it would be easier, but all right. And this I went full strength, of course. And whatever. Alright, so there's my moon. Now let me cover up my ink. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I started the card a smidgen before I came on. I just, like I said, I don't want to take up forever of your time. I know we're all busy. Okay. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some ink blending. I'm going to be using, for the water, Chipped Sapphire from Distress Inks. And then for the sky, I'm going to be using Black Soot and Hickory Smoke. And if you just simply only use Stampin' Up! Products, then you can just grab colors. You can color, or you can use like black ink and then a gray ink, like maybe smoky slate, and then just some dark blue ink, like maybe Night of Navy. So I know that a lot of people that are watching my Stampin' Up! Videos, they strictly only use Stampin' Up! Products. Okay. So first I want to take my masks and I want to mask off my moon. And for my mask on the moon, the Stampin' die set does not come with a circle die for the moon. So I used, ouch, my ankle. For the mask, I used We Are Memory Keepers Nesting Circle Dies, and I used the third one. Oops. So I don't know if you have these, but you can just take whatever circle dies you have and just kind of line it up to your stamp to see what would work best. Okay. Now, let's see. I guess I'll do the sky first. So I am just lining this back up as best. Well, actually, what am I doing? I need to line it up here. So I'm lining it up with the black parts. And I kind of just do one section at a time and move my masks around since I know that I don't have enough mask. Okay, let's see. So first I take my hickory smoke. Parts of my brush are in here. These are the, what are these? Tailored Expressions brushes. I have several of these brushes because I'm always using them, so I like to have them for like different colors. Okay. So I'm gonna have to hold these down. So I kind of go off a little bit. I want to do like a halo around the moon, but I don't want it to be strong. I just want it to be like a nice little hint of gray. And then I just kind of go, whoops, let's not be coloring that. And then I just kind of go around. I don't know, it's kind of, I guess this would be also like a good Halloween card because it kind of gives like a spooky effect. But really the idea is I'm just thinking of like a clear moon's night. Why did I move my masks? So that's all I do with the gray. Which one? I think I used this one. I think this one was black. Yeah, I think. So now I'm using my black soot. Again, let me get my mask on here. Oh, this will be hard. Trying to get ink on here while holding. And then I just kind of come off the edge. Like I said, I don't want to go around that moon too much. I just kind of want like a highlight around the moon, like it's giving off light. So in a couple hours, since it's my husband's birthday, we're going to Chili's where he wants to go with his family and celebrate. And it's funny because his birthday is the 13th and then mine's the 28th. So it's kind of funny how we're born in the same month and everything, though he is a year older. And then I kind of come up through here with the black, still trying to maintain my highlight. Basically just trying to like stay away from the moon. And if you don't want to like hold this down, then you could just be less lazy than I and actually make 2 masks of the mountains, and then you won't have to do that. But oh my goodness, I now have a black nail. I've painted my nails. All right. see here. Now I'm just kind of placing these somewhere over here. It doesn't really matter for this part, as long as those little tips are covered, because there's not much mountain. Okay, so now I'm taking my black soot some more, and then just doing this side. And this side I kind of want to be like heavily saturated, just because this is further away from the moon. And I'm making sure, if you do mask like this where it's like kind of lazy, go up. That way you don't like lift up your mask while you're sponging. Because if you lift it up, then your mountains will be black soot. Okay, so I think the sky is done. Now let me clean off my nails again. I think I'm done with these. Oh, why is my trash can all the way over there? Alright, so now I'm going to peel up my mask and move it so that I can start sponging the bottom. So you kind of see how it's coming together. But this is perfect for like Father's Day cards or birthday cards, like in my instance. But yeah, it's just like a perfect masculine card in my opinion. Okay, so now I'm taking chipped sapphire and I'm going to do the water. I don't know why I said water like that. I'm like, the water. Which brush did I use? Oh, that's right. Okay, my chipped sapphire is kind of getting dry, so I'm going to really ink that up. And really saturate the page. Because I want the water to be dark. Whoops, earthquake. Since it's a nighttime scene. It's obviously not going to be like bright water at night. Unless it's got some radioactive properties in it. What am I doing on time? Not too bad. Another good thing about me doing videos like this is I can get you videos faster. Because it's so much easier to do videos like this than the way I was doing it. Okay. Somehow I got blue up there. So the tree line goes up on the stamps, which is fine. I'll just move my masks, but it kind of makes it, I don't know, look a little odd. I guess it kind of makes it look like an island. So maybe it's an island now. So I am just going to finish inking that up. I thought about taking like my white gel pen and putting white on all these black lines that's the water to kind of highlight it like the moon's light, but I didn't want to mess up the card, and because I didn't know if it would look good or if it would look bad, so I was like, I'll just leave well enough alone. But if you guys want to try it, by all means, go ahead. Okay. Again, let me clean off my fingers. Okay, now here comes some fun. Some messy fun. If you're not into mess, you can take a gel pen and create the stars. I'm all about making a mess. So let me clear off my husband's birthday card before I like splatter that to death. So I'm taking my mask again and I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to lay these like so. And I really don't have anything for these little mountains right there, so hopefully the splatter stays away from those. I had a spare piece of paper. Okay, about stabbed my foot. Well, let's move that up. Wait, am I in frame up there? No. Sorry guys, you'll have to bear with me. And then I'm just laying this piece of paper right there to cover up the bottom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get messy with some distress paint. You can use any white paint. You could even try, if you have like a white pigment ink, it's like rub that on an acrylic block. Maybe spritz it a little teeny weeny bit with some water, rub it around or whatever, and just spritz. Okay, so I forgot to clean this off yesterday, so, or not yesterday, the day before. All right, let me stand up for this. It's about to get serious. All right, so I'm just cleaning it off because I want very fine, very delicate little stars. I don't want like big blobs. I don't want to look like a planet's getting closer to us. So I'm just spraying it or flicking it against the lid, not the lid, but whatever this is, the opening of the bottle. And I'm just kind of spraying. Hopefully you guys can see. And this creates like a little star effect in the sky. Whoops, that was a big splotch. At least the big kahuna thing went on the mask. And you can just do it until you feel like you have enough stars in your sky. I kind of want some more down low. All right, that's enough before I go overboard. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna take, ooh, I have paint on my finger. Let's remove that. I can see where that's going. Okay. So remove those, remove that. And be very careful when you're removing your mask, because obviously this is wet paint, so you don't want to smudge anything. I would normally let this dry before I do this, but since this is a live time video, well, not live time in the world, real time, I don't have time to let it dry. So I am very carefully peeling it up and avoiding smearing anything. And I now have paint again on my finger, so we're going to take care of that. So now all that is left to do is put our sentiment on. And in my case, I'm going to do happy birthday again because I'm going to give one to my dad when his birthday comes in March. So, oh dear. I just saw something. You guys can't see it here. I'll help you see. Nope. There's like a big disaster waiting to happen. I do have one of those like Tim Holtz mats, and that would probably be good. Okay, you guys, if shaking screen bothers you, look away now, and I'll tell you when you can look back, because earthquake is happening. Because I want to get all the ink off my work surface before continuing to work. Okay, earthquake is over. You can look back. All right, so I will set that to the side, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw this away. I can just get another piece of So I'm taking Smoky Slate paper. And I'm just grabbing a happy birthday sentiment from any stamp set. I happen to be using a retired Sweet Cupcake one. Any happy birthday will do, or really whatever sentiment you want. You don't even have to do a happy birthday card. So, whoops. Just align this up. And I'm taking my Memento Tuxedo Black ink again. And I am simply just going to stamp down here. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm really like I think my best work comes from scene building sets. So that's why I always buy them, because I always enjoy doing scene building. So hopefully you guys like it too. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm just gonna move that over there. Because like I said, it's still drying. I'm gonna take my trimmer. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just making sure that it's even on both sides as much as it can be. And then slice. And then I'm just chopping and making a little banner. Or if you have the banner punch, that would also come in handy. I just find it easy to do this. And I can put that over there. All right, so now I have my sentiment. So let me go ahead and take my card base. My card base is, I guess I can sit down now. I was still standing from all that cleaning. So my card base is Smoky Slate, and obviously my piece is still wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna try to put the tape and stuff like close to the edge, but not close to where it would stick out. Just kind of eyeball it. And I use a lot of tape, to each their own. I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but I do. And then I'm going to take some even more glue, because that's how I do. And I'm going to glue up the background, which you can see this is where I started doing the first. Okay, I lied. First I need to get the clog out of my glue. And I just want to go around the edges a little bit. Oh my god, can you like work, please? All right, we're just gonna like really squeeze in the middle just to see if we can get some out. There we go. I just want to get some around the edges, that way I know that the edges are for sure glued down. My hands are shaky because I had coffee. All right, so as you can see, there was like a lot of smudges and stuff going on. So I'm going to, oops. All right, see, I kind of smudged that star right there, but whatever. Whatever. So I'm just going to place it. Of course, you guys, I'm sure, when you're doing this card, if you do it, you can wait till it's dry. You don't have to be like me and mess around with wet paint. I can't see. All right. And obviously I'm not gonna like smear over that. That would be silly, but I just kind of tap around, make sure she's down. Okay, looks great. And I'm just gonna take my bone folder real quick and just run it along the seam so it stays flat. Now I'm taking my happy birthday and just gonna cut a little bit of 3M tape. I know last time it fit, yes. And I'm just gonna place that right on the back. Once again, let me stand up. And then there's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully you don't mind that I kind of cheated and skipped forward a little bit with the stamping in the beginning, but here's how it turned out, and I just love them. Let me know in the comments what you think of them, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.